Okay, welcome back to our class in ECE Technical Electives 2, and today we will going to discuss how to create mathematical models using Simulink in MATLAB. So in your MATLAB, okay, the latest version I will be using R2021A. So in the command window you can type Simulink. So Simulink will be open. So in my case, my Simulink is ready. It's already here. Now in this uh, topic for today, now we will be creating models out of these linear equations. Okay. So I have here x minus y is equal to 1 and x plus y equals to 5. So in this problem, we are going to use Simulink to model simultaneous equations, then solve for the value of x and y. Now, let's start by creating, or rather, no, we are going to start by manipulating the two equations here. So in equation 1, no, we can solve for the value of x. So to solve for the value of x, you simply transpose y to the other side of the equation. So it will become positive. That will become x is equals to 1 plus y. So that will be my equation for x. So for the next equation, we will be solving the value of y. So what are you going to do here is to transpose y to the other x, I mean, to the other side of the equation. So that will give you y equals to 5 minus x. Okay, so this is a very important way in solving for the values of x and y. Take note, we will be solving for the value of x and y. That is why we need to manipulate the equation such that you have your x and you have your y. Okay, now, so based on this equation, we will be creating a summer block or another block. Okay, so you can click anywhere in this window. Let's say I will type add, and then press enter, or you can select here. You can add constant. Okay, but in this case, now I will be selecting this one. Add. Okay, that's your other. Okay, so since we have two equations, we can just copy and paste it here. That will be my two equations. So in my first equation, I will label the output. Okay, I will extend this output here. Take note, when it is not connected, so it becomes red, but you can still label this. In this case, I will label this as x. Okay, that's my label. Let me zoom it a little bit. So in this case, in my second block, I will label this as y. All right. Now, so take note of the sign. So in our first equation, both are positive, but in our second equation, both are x is negative. So we can just double click here and change the sign. So in this case, I will be using negative and positive. Okay. Now, uh, what else is missing here? 1 and 5. So 1 and 5 are constant. So you can double click and type constant. So press enter. So you have here the constant. We can just copy and paste it here. Okay, and then our first constant is 1, and it's connected to the positive input of the other. Okay, so the next input is equal to y. So we can click this and connect it out of the other equation, which is equivalent to y. Okay? Meaning, say this is y, and this will be your the output is equal to x. Right. So for my next constant, we change this to 5. So 5 is connected to the positive, and x here is connected to the negative. So take note, you have to, when connecting to a line, so you can just click here and then connect that to the line. So in this case, this will be 5 minus x. Since now we are going to solve the value of x and y, we need to put a display block. So double click here and type display. So this will give you a display block. So you can just drag it until the line becomes black, like that. Copy and paste same, no? And drag it to the line y. Okay, this is now our simple model for this simultaneous equation. Okay, now when I press run here, okay, so it will give you 3 and 2. To check if the values are correct, you can add 3 and 2. That will be our first equation. Let me again go back to our first equation. Our second equation, I mean. So when we add 3 and 2, that will give you 5. That will be our second equation. If we are going to take the difference, let's say 3 minus 2, the result will be 1. So meaning our model is correct. Right. So that's it for our first example.